Pearl Harbor, December 7th, 1941. Maria Santos was 5 years old when the bombs fell. She watched her father run toward the explosions. He was a medic. He never came back. That day taught her something that would shape her entire life. When people are hurting, you run toward them, not away. 70 years later at 2 a.m. in a high school in Newark, New Jersey, Maria was still running toward people who were hurting. Maria pushed her cleaning cart down the empty hallway of Lincoln High School. Third floor, English wing. She was 68 years old, been cleaning this school for 23 years. Same routine every night. Empty trash, mop floors, clean bathrooms, lock up, go home. Most people didn't even know her name. She was invisible, just the night janitor, the cleaning lady. But Maria saw everything. She saw the kids who struggled, the ones who stayed late, the ones who cried in bathroom stalls. She noticed. She cared, even when no one else did. That night she heard something, soft at first, like an animal in pain. She stopped pushing her cart, listened. Crying. Someone was crying. Maria walked toward the sound, found her at the end of the hallway. A girl, maybe 17, sitting against the lockers, knees pulled to her chest, sobbing so hard her whole body shook. Maria recognized her. Jessica, senior, honors student, always smiling, always put together. But not tonight. Tonight she was falling apart. "Honey," Maria said softly, "you okay?" Jessica looked up. Her face was destroyed, eyes swollen, mascara running, blood on her wrist. Maria's heart stopped. She saw the cuts, fresh, still bleeding. "Oh, baby," Maria whispered. She dropped to her knees. Didn't care about her bad hip, her arthritis. None of that mattered. "What did you do, sweetheart? What did you do?" "I can't anymore," Jessica said, her voice breaking. "I just can't. I'm so tired." Maria grabbed her hands gently, looked at the cuts, not deep enough to be fatal, but deep enough to be a cry for help. "We need to get you to a hospital," Maria said. "No," Jessica pulled away. "No hospitals, no parents. No one can know. Please, if my parents find out, they'll kill me. I'd rather be dead." Maria's mind raced. Protocol said, "Call 911, call the principal, call the parents, get the authorities involved." That's what she was supposed to do. But she looked at this girl's face, saw the terror, the desperation, and she remembered something. 40 years ago, Maria had a daughter, Elena, beautiful, smart, perfect on the outside, broken on the inside. Elena tried to kill herself when she was 16. Pills. Maria found her just in time, rushed her to the hospital. They saved her life, but the system failed her. Social workers, therapists who didn't listen, parents who didn't understand. Elena felt more alone after getting help than before. 2 years later, Elena tried again. This time she succeeded. Maria found her. Too late. She was 18 years old. Maria never forgave herself. Never forgave the system that failed her daughter. Never forgave the people who followed protocol instead of their hearts. So that night, at 2 a.m., looking at Jessica, Maria made a choice. She broke every rule. "Jessica," Maria said, her voice firm but gentle, "I'm not calling anyone. Not yet. But you're coming with me." "Where?" "Somewhere safe." Maria helped her up, took her to the janitor's office, a small room in the basement. No windows, just a desk, a chair, and a first aid kit. She cleaned Jessica's wounds, bandaged them carefully, made her drink water. Then she sat down across from her. "Talk to me," Maria said. "Tell me why." Jessica started crying again. "You wouldn't understand. Try me." It all came out. The pressure, the expectations. Straight A's weren't good enough. Perfect wasn't perfect enough. Her parents wanted Harvard, wanted a doctor, wanted a daughter they could brag about. But Jessica was drowning. Panic attacks, no sleep, no friends, no life. Just studying, just performing, just pretending everything was fine. "I got a B on my calculus test," Jessica said. "One B. My dad didn't talk to me for 3 days. My mom cried, said I was throwing my life away. Over 1 B, Maria listened, didn't interrupt. Didn't judge, just listened. Tonight I got my SAT scores back, Jessica continued. 1,480. Not good enough. My parents screamed at me, said I was lazy, said I'd ruined everything. I just wanted it to stop. I wanted the pressure to stop. Her voice broke. So I thought if I wasn't here, they'd finally leave me alone. Maria's eyes filled with tears. Baby girl, she said, you are enough. Right now, exactly as you are enough. Jessica shook her head. You don't understand. My parents, Maria cut her off. I understand more than you know. I lost my daughter to this, to the pressure, to the expectations, to parents who loved her but didn't see her. She was 18 when she died. Jessica stared at her. I'm sorry. Me too, Maria said. That's why I can't let you go down the same path. That's why I'm breaking the rules tonight. She pulled out her phone. I'm not calling your parents, not calling the school, but I am calling someone, a friend, someone who can help. 30 minutes later, a woman arrived. Dr. Sarah Chen, psychiatrist, Maria's neighbor. She'd been Maria's therapist after Elena died, helped her survive the grief. They'd become close friends. Sarah sat with Jessica for 2 hours, talked, listened, assessed. Finally, she spoke to Maria privately. She's in crisis, Sarah said, but she's not actively suicidal right now. The cuts were a release, a cry for help. She needs intensive therapy, but if we force her into the system tonight, if we call her parents without a plan, we could make it worse. What do we do? Maria asked. We build a safety plan, Sarah said. We give her control. We show her there's another way. Sarah went back to Jessica. Made a deal. I won't call your parents tonight, Sarah said, but you have to promise me 3 things. 1, you come see me tomorrow, my office, 4 p.m. 2, you don't hurt yourself again. If you feel the urge, you call me, day or night. 3, we figure out together how to talk to your parents. When you're ready, not before. Jessica agreed. Sarah drove her home, made sure she got inside safely, gave her a phone number, a lifeline. Maria went back to cleaning, but she couldn't focus. She'd just broken every rule in the book, didn't report a suicide attempt, didn't call the authorities, didn't follow protocol. If anyone found out, she'd lose her job, maybe face legal consequences, but she didn't care. She'd done what felt right, what Elena needed all those years ago. Someone to listen, someone to give her control, someone to not treat her like a problem to be fixed. The next morning, the principal called Maria into his office. Maria, we have a problem. Maria's heart sank. Someone had found out. I received a call this morning, the principal continued, from Jessica Turner's parents. They said their daughter came home last night with bandages on her wrists. Said she'd had an accident at school. They're threatening to sue, demanding answers. Did you see anything last night? Maria hesitated. She could lie, save her job, or tell the truth. Face the consequences. She chose truth. I found Jessica, Maria said. She was in crisis. I helped her, got her professional help, made sure she was safe. The principal's face went red. You didn't call me? Didn't call her parents? Didn't follow protocol? No, sir. Maria, you know the rules. In situations like this, we call authorities immediately. We don't take matters into our own hands. I know, sir. Then why didn't you follow them? Because 28 years ago, Maria said, her voice steady. I followed protocol with my daughter. I called the authorities. I did everything right, and she still died because the system failed her, because no one listened, because everyone followed rules instead of their hearts. I wasn't going to let that happen again. The principal was silent. Maria, I understand your history, he said, his voice softer. But you put this school at risk. Put yourself at risk. Jessica's parents are furious. They want you fired. I have no choice. I know, Maria said. She stood up. I'll clean out my locker. Maria walked out with her head high. 23 years. Gone. But she didn't regret it. Not for 1 second. She'd saved a life. That was worth more than any job. 2 weeks later, Maria sat in her small apartment. Unemployment? No savings? Bills piling up. She'd applied to other jobs. No one wanted to hire a 68-year-old janitor who'd been fired for misconduct. She was running out of options. The doorbell rang. Maria opened it. Jessica stood there, with her parents. Maria's heart raced. They were here to yell, to blame, to threaten legal action. "Mrs. Santos," Jessica's mother said. "Can we come in?" Maria nodded. "Let them in." They sat in her tiny living room. Awkward silence. Finally, Jessica spoke. "I told them everything," she said. "About that night, about the cuts, about what you did." Maria braced herself. Jessica's father leaned forward. "For 2 weeks," he said, his voice thick with emotion. "I've been trying to understand why a janitor would risk her job for my daughter. Why she didn't just call us. Let us handle it." Then Jessica showed us something. Jessica handed Maria a notebook. Maria opened it. Pages and pages of writing. A journal. "I've been seeing Dr. Chen," Jessica said, "3 times a week. She's teaching me to write, to process, to heal." Maria read the entries. Raw, honest, painful, beautiful. One entry stood out. It was dated the night Maria found her. "Tonight I wanted to die, but a woman I barely knew saw me, really saw me. She didn't treat me like a problem. She treated me like a person. She gave me control when everyone else just took it away. She saved my life, not because it was her job, but because she cared. That's the first time in years anyone has cared about me. Not my grades, not my achievements, just me." Jessica's mother was crying. "We've been terrible parents," she said. "We pushed too hard, cared about the wrong things. We almost lost our daughter because we couldn't see what mattered." "You saw what we missed," Jessica's father said. "You saved her when we were destroying her. We owe you everything." He pulled out an envelope. "We talked to the school board," he said, "told them what really happened, demanded they reinstate you. They refused, said you violated too many policies. So we did something else." He handed her the envelope. Maria opened it. A check, $50,000, and a letter. "We can't give you your job back," the letter said, "but we can give you this. A thank you, a debt we can never truly repay." Maria stared at the check. "I can't take this." "Yes, you can," Jessica said. "You gave me my life back. This is nothing compared to that." Jessica's father stood up. "There's one more thing," he said. "We started a foundation, the Elena Santos Foundation, named after your daughter. We're funding mental health programs in schools, training teachers to recognize warning signs, providing free therapy for students in crisis. We want to make sure what happened to Elena and what almost happened to Jessica doesn't happen to other kids. Your daughter's name will help save lives." Maria broke down. 28 years of grief, of guilt, of wondering if Elena's death meant anything. And now this. Her daughter's legacy, helping kids, saving lives, making a difference. That's all she'd ever wanted. 1 year later, Maria stood in Lincoln High School again, but not as a janitor, as a guest speaker. The Elena Santos Foundation had grown. 20 schools now, hundreds of kids getting help, lives being saved. Jessica stood beside her, healthy, thriving, heading to college. Not Harvard, a small liberal arts school where she could study creative writing. Her passion, not her parents' dream, her own. Maria told her story to an auditorium full of students. About Elena, about Jessica, about the choice she made at 2 a.m., about breaking rules to save a life. "When someone is hurting," Maria said, "you run toward them, not away. You listen. You care. You see them. That's what my father taught me at Pearl Harbor. That's what I failed to do enough for Elena. That's what I did for Jessica. And that's what all of us can do. Every single day." The auditorium erupted in applause. After the speech, a boy approached her. 14, tears in his eyes. "I've been thinking about hurting myself," he whispered. "But after hearing your story, I think maybe I should talk to someone instead." Maria gave him Dr. Chen's number, hugged him, told him he mattered, watched him walk away with hope instead of despair. That's when she knew. Elena's death wasn't meaningless. It led to this, to Jessica, to the foundation, to this boy, to countless others. Pain turned into purpose. Loss turned into legacy. Here's what Maria learned. Sometimes the right thing isn't the protocol thing. Sometimes saving a life means breaking the rules. Sometimes love means losing everything to give someone else a chance. She lost her job, but she saved a life, and that life saved others. That's how it works. That's the ripple. One choice, one person, one moment of caring when you could have walked away. So here's my question for you. Who's crying in your hallway at 2 a.m.? Who needs someone to see them? To really see them? Not as a problem, not as a protocol, but as a person. Maybe it's a student. Maybe it's a coworker. Maybe it's your own kid. Don't follow the script. Follow your heart. Run toward the pain, not away from it. If this story moved you, leave a comment about a time someone broke the rules to help you, or a time you broke them for someone else. Subscribe if you believe in people who risk everything to save a life. Share this story because some kid watching right now needs to know someone sees them. Someone cares. We run toward the pain. That's what Maria taught us. That's what Elena's legacy demands. Now go be someone's Maria. Go see someone at 2 a.m.